Hey Samii Squad, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, as you could tell by the title, I'm going to be doing another tutorial, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my Roblox profile pictures. I love making tutorials because I absolutely love helping you guys out. As long as I'm helping at least one of you guys, that's all that matters. I also want to start giving more shoutouts in my videos. From now on, I'll try to give at least one shoutout in every single video. So the shoutout for this video goes to Drippy. She said, "Yes, Samii, you're posting back to back. By the way, love your vids." Thank you so much, Drippy. But anyways, I don't want to make this intro any longer, so with that being said, let's get this tutorial started. So as you guys can see, I am on Roblox for step number 1. So the first thing that I do when I'm creating my Roblox profile pictures is I come onto Roblox and I click on avatar. So this is my avatar editor where I can pretty much control what I want to wear. I actually already chose what shirt I want to wear for this profile picture. So for step number 1, just make sure that you like what you're wearing before you make the profile picture so you don't have to keep on coming back and changing it. So just make sure you like what you're wearing, and that's it for step number 1. And now let's go on to step number 2. So for step number 2, what I do is I click on Roblox Studio. So now that I'm here, I click on base plate. So once I'm on the base plate, the next thing that I do is I go up to the top where it says plugins, and then I click on this load character plugin by Already Pro. If you don't already have this plugin installed, it's very easy to install, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So go to this manage plugins little gear over here, and then go to the top where it says find plugins and click on that. So it'll bring you to this page where you can now download the load character plugin. I'm pretty sure for everyone it's like the second one, so just go ahead and find that and click on it. Of course, go ahead and click install if you don't already have it installed, obviously, and then it'll say successfully installed or successfully added or something like that. And then to get off of this screen and back onto the base plate, go up to where it says plugin management and click the little X beside it, and now it'll bring you straight back to the base plate. So now we can finally click on the load character plugin. By default it'll say Already Pro, but to remove that and fill in another username, all you have to do is double click, or actually no, just click once and then remove that username. I'm going to fill it in with my Roblox username just for the purpose of this video, but if you're making a profile picture for, oh, that is not me. You also want to make sure that you have the spawn at origin checked, or make sure that it has an X in the box. If it doesn't and it looks like this, just simply click on it and now it'll have the X in the box. And for this specific profile picture, I'm going to click on R15. This gives you more of an advantage in the next step to bend more limbs and kind of play around with that. We're going to go ahead and click on spawn R15 and click out of that. Oh, why do I have a twin? I want to go ahead and remove 3 things. So I want to go ahead and remove the bear mask. Once I've right clicked on that, then I go up to where it says delete. Now my true Roblox face has been exposed, and now we're going to go ahead and delete that. But before I do that, I'm going to delete the bees. So let's delete that, and then go down to where it says head. Well, in my case, that's what I do. And then I right click face and click delete. And now everything that I don't want on my Roblox character is gone. So then I scroll back up to where it says my Roblox username. I click on that, right click, and then go down to where it says export selection, select desktop, and save it as really whatever. Like if I just feel like saving it as that, then I could do that, but just for this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and save it as Samii and save that to my desktop. Now to get off of Roblox Studio, just go over to this X, click on it, and then it'll say save changes to base plate, and in my case I click on no. And that is it for step number 2. So now we can move on to step number 3. So now as you guys can see, I have my Roblox character on my desktop. So I have the 3D version, I have the MTL version, and I have the material or texture of my Roblox character. And if you don't have the texture, it will not work for this next step. So make sure that you have a texture. This is kind of what the texture should look like. It should just be a bunch of squares or rectangles, pretty much incorporating everything on your Roblox character. So if you don't have this, once again, just retry the last step. So now we're going to go ahead and click out of that, and now for step number 3 we're going to head on to Blender. So here we are on Blender for step number 3. Click anywhere on the screen to remove this little picture thing. Now we just kind of have this random levitating square in the middle, so we're gonna go ahead and remove that. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? No, what did I do? As I said, click delete on your keyboard. Another control that you can use to get rid of this square is to press X on your keyboard, and then it'll bring up this delete. It'll bring up this delete screen, and then just click on delete, and now the cube is gone. You definitely want to make sure that cube is gone because you don't want it getting in the way of your Roblox character. So now the next thing I do is I go up to where it says file and go down to where it says import and then down to where it says wavefront.obj, and then I go to my desktop because that's where I saved it. There will be two, and you're going to want to click on the one that says whatever you named it .obj, and make sure it's selected in orange, and then click import obj. And now my Roblox character is randomly levitating, but at least it's here, so that's a good sign. So then I bring it up using this green arrow. And a lot of people on my last video were asking me, how do you move your Roblox character? I honestly always forget to mention this. So to move around, it's the same as Roblox, but before that you have to click Shift and F at the same time on your keyboard. So do that, and now you can finally move around by using W to go forward, S to go backwards, A to go left, and D to go right. And then to get out of that, just click Escape, and now you're back to how it was at first. So now we want to put material on our Roblox character. We want all of the texture back because it's just white. So we're going to go up to this plus and just click on that, or you can also just drag it out. And then we're going to go down to where it says textured solid, and I always pronounce this wrong, but it's ambient occlusion. I used to say inclusion. There's no N anywhere in occlusion, so I don't know why I said that. Occlusion. Anyways, okay, so now we finally have all the material on our Roblox character. As you guys can see, it is exactly how it looks like on Roblox and Roblox Studio, and that's how you know that you're doing it correctly. The next thing that you're going to want to do, especially if you're making a Roblox profile picture, is go over to shading, and where it says sky right here, you're going to want to click that and change it from sky to transparent. And then you're going to want to click on this world over here. Make sure to check ambient inclusion, environment lighting, and indirect lighting. If you have a lighter complexion, sometimes you really don't need to click environment lighting because it makes it way too bright. And you could actually use this lamp over here to kind of play around with the lighting, but that's going to be in a future tutorial once I finally improve my GFX skills. So I will be making a GFX tutorial some time in the future. If you have a darker complexion or a complexion like mine, then I usually like to click on environment lighting because I just like the look of it, so that's what I do. Then I go back to the camera icon over here and I right click on the camera back here, and then I click 0 on my number pad on my keyboard. A lot of people were commenting that when they click 0, it makes their Roblox character completely vanish. That happens because you're not clicking the right 0. There's going to be 2 zeros on your keyboard. You're going to want to click the one on the right side, the one that literally looks like a number pad. Don't click the one at the top, but click the one on the side. Let me demonstrate what people are doing. So when I said click 0, this is what they did. They clicked the one on the top, like that, and it makes your Roblox character vanish. So don't think that your Roblox character is gone forever and you need to restart everything. All you have to do is click on Control Z on your keyboard or go over to history and click undo, and you can kind of play around with undo and redo to kind of get things back. But don't click 0 on the top, click 0 on the side. So go ahead and try that again. Right click on the camera, click 0 on your number pad on your keyboard, and then click Shift F so we can move around, and then press W to go forward. And to go up, press E, and to go down, press Q. So now that we finally know all of the movement controls, now we can finally just choose the correct angle that we want to render. So I just moved my koala so that it's not like awkwardly placed. So everything in the light gray area is what is going to be captured and rendered. Once you figured out the angle that you like, go ahead and click enter on your keyboard, and now you're out of camera mode and you can finally move around your mouse again. And then now that we're on the camera mode, there's actually, I believe, 2 ways to render, but it's obviously a lot easier to just click render right over here. So go ahead and click render and just wait for that. Now the next thing I do is I go down to where it says image and I go up to where it says save as image, and then click on that, and I'm gonna save this to my desktop just to make it easier to access, and I'm gonna save it as PFP, profile picture, and I'm going to save as image. And once it brings you back to the render screen right over here, that's how you know it has successfully been saved. And now we can close out of Blender and move on to step number 4. So here I am on Google for step number 4, and what I do once I'm on Google is I click on PicMonkey over here. All you have to do is search up PicMonkey I'm way too lazy to type that in, so I'm just going to click on that. You're going to want to go down to the one that says PicMonkey Photo Editor and Graphic Design Maker and click on that. So now once I'm on PicMonkey, I go ahead and click Edit New Image, and then I click on Blank Canvas, and I usually click on the 500 by 500 pixels. It's the Etsy shop icon, so I just click on that one, wait for that to load, click Create. So now once I'm on PicMonkey, the next thing that I do is I like to make this bigger, so I just expand that and scoot this down, and then I go over to where it says effects, and then I keep on scrolling down until I find, where is it? Did I just pass it? Oh, I scrolled down to where it says ombre. But if you want it to be ombre, all you have to do is just simply pick 2 colors and it just makes it ombre. So I'm gonna do 2 colors that I haven't ever used. So this ombre is yellow and purple, and I love it. It's not too harsh, it's not too plain, it's just perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and click apply, and now we can finally add our Roblox character onto the background. So now we're gonna go down to where it says graphics, click on that, and then go up to where it says add your own image, and then click on computer. So I'm gonna click on my profile picture and just open that, and it is right here on my background. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to alignment and uncheck layer edges and center and canvas edges and center, and we're going to expand this. This is honestly perfect. So now what I do is I go over to effects, drop shadow. I'm going to kind of speed this part up or just talk a little bit faster because I already explained this. So I'm going to go with like this peachy orange color, and now I obviously want to add the face. So I go to graphics, and then I go up to where it says add your image, once again computer. So now I'm going to click on super happy face, and I am going to obviously shrink this down because it's way too big, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did in my last tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. So now I finally finished adding the super happy face. It took me a while to find the correct like angles and alignment, but I finally did it. The next thing I do is I go back to the layers palette and I click on flatten all layers, so that little icon right there, and now I cannot move anything other than the whole entire image itself. The last thing that I usually do in PicMonkey is I go up to where it says effects and scroll down to where it says burst, and I usually like to just add a little bit of saturation to it. I think 50 for profile pictures is usually good, and for thumbnails, but I'm gonna make it a little less saturated, so I think 35 should be good. Now to save this to my desktop, a lot of people were asking this, so I click the Windows icon on my keyboard and I type in snip, and then it'll bring up the snipping tool, which is the first one. This is what I use to save my thumbnails and my profile pictures. So I move this to the side so that it's not in the way, and then I click on new, and then I just select the area that I want. So I go ahead and select pretty much the entire thing, and then I go ahead and click the X at the top and I click yes, and then I save it as honestly whatever. I'm just gonna save it as capture because I really don't care, and then I save it to my desktop and save that. So now it's been saved to my desktop. Now we're going to move on to step number 5. So here we are on YouTube for step number 5, I believe, and pretty much this is just how you add your actual profile picture onto your YouTube channel thingy. I'm so bad at explaining things, but what you're gonna want to do is click on your profile picture, and then I go down to where it says your channel. Once I'm finally on my channel, then I go ahead and hover over my profile picture, and it should say edit profile picture above it, and that's how you know you're doing it correctly. Then go ahead and click on that and click on edit. So then it'll ask you to pick a photo, and then go down to where it says upload photo, click on that, and then just select the photo that you want, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and select this capture over here. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, it looks really bad, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and click on open. And this next step, I actually love that you're able to do this, so you can actually crop it, so you can just like have this much showing, and that's usually what I like to do, honestly. And then once you have the portion that you like, then click on done. I'm not going to click done because I don't want to change it, so in this case I'm going to click on X, and that's pretty much how I make my Roblox profile pictures. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. So anyways, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys!